Hi, Kasper.
Hello, everyone. Welcome, everyone, on our annual monthly technical update. It's me, Kacper Wiśniewski, and
Przemysław Olszewski. Hello.
all right. So let's make a review. Let's see what we'll be covering in this time. So here is a short agenda. So the first is business update that I'll be covering mainly with some questions towards Przemysław. Second part is more technical and it covers the current development status. So there will be a couple of things that Przemysław will cover mainly. And point number 3, which is quite important from the pure technical perspective, will be fully covered and explained by Przemysław. So let me start with the business update. There are several things that are important for our project that have happened since our last meeting. First is that we officially have chosen our first network. It will be Arbitrum, our first one. I can briefly explain why this is Arbitrum. So our history is quite of our project. We can say it's quite long, considering the development is over a year. So we also have to adjust our project to the market, to the conditions that are currently on the market. We at the very beginning wanted to go with the Polygon, but the overall narration on the market and the partnerships that we could achieve on the Polygon moved us towards Binance Smart Chain. Then we are still in the process of negotiations and talking with the Binance Labs. As we spoke last time, we have been chosen by the research team as one of the promising projects. Nothing changed, however, just the process with the Binance Labs is very slow. And in the meantime, the hype on Arbitrum and a lot of DeFi projects moved to the Arbitrum. We have managed to establish some good partnerships in Arbitrum, and we have chosen this to be our first blockchain where we will deploy our project. It doesn't mean that we will not go to the Polygon, Binance Smart Chain, or other EVM compatible blockchains. Just what changed, this is our first one. So this is official. We will be deploying there. It means our private sale will be there. Our DEX will be deployed there as well. So this is what you can expect. After we go live, we will be adding another blockchains, EVM blockchains. We will decide whether it will be Binance Smart Chain or Polygon, but there will be other blockchains. So we are not excluding anything. We just made our mind, considering all the pros and cons on the market, for this to be Arbitrum. Przemysław, would you like to add anything from the technical perspective? Like, we are EVM compatible. Would this be are there any other benefits that we are on the Arbitrum, considering this is a roll-up of Ethereum, or you see anything we should cover here as well?
Yeah, how you said, this EVM compatibility, and the main point of the Arbitrum is on the base of base is Ethereum. So Arbitrum is only roll-up of the Ethereum, and it's important for us. It's main chain, and it's why we are choose it too.
So does it mean that if we go to the mainnet, to the Ethereum, will it be easier than going to the Binance or Polygon that are also EVM?
How do you know this EVM compatibility of the every of this chain which you said? So we are ready to move to Binance, to the Polygon, or any EVM chain at this moment.
All
So
right. So
it's not important for us. This EVM compatibility is more important than chosen network.
all right. So I believe this is very important information for everyone. You can, if you didn't expect it, you can discover and learn a little bit about the Arbitrum, about this rollup, Ethereum rollup. As a matter of fact, we believe this is quite solid project, and as we say, we will be adding another blockchains later on that will increase our range of users and volumes together. But this is our first choice. So let's move forward. I would like to cover, of course, if you have any questions, please ask the questions. We will have a questions and answers session at the very end of our presentation. So if you have any questions at any moment, just ask the question and we'll cover them at the very end of this presentation. So another topic is, as we mentioned, we already had one audit done by Certic, but we have changed our code. It expanded a little bit. The smart contracts has been changed. We have changed several things. So regarding that, we needed another audit as the code was changed. So right now, for, let's say, past 3 weeks almost, or even longer, we are undergoing the Certic audit, and there are a couple of important things that are related with that. as you know, there was a Merlin hack in the past that did influence, let's say, the Certic, because it was done, the audit was done by Certic, and we could say that right now what happening, and the way how they proceed with audits, it's, I would call it, extended version of an audit. It's much longer than the previous one, comparing one to one. So we are lucky. I say lucky because it has a lot of benefits for our project. We are lucky to undergo this extended audit, security audit, that is covering not only the smart contracts but also the business logic and all the aspects that we felt that was a little bit missing in the first one. So the audit is covering almost everything, not just the technical part but also the business logic, which is important for under many factors. For example, who handles, and I will get to that, who handles the private keys, who is the team, and KYC. So we are undergoing it. We are at the very end phase. This is what we believe. This should be finished at any day, maybe within this week, maybe next week. Uh, so let's hope that within the next meeting that we have, this will be finished. And actually this influences our project in a significant way, because after the audits are done, we'll be able to roll out our live, let's say, products. I refer to the private sale right now, but this will be covered by Przemysław. But actually, what I wanted to let you know, that we are finishing this audit, and this is extended version. And this benefits a company, and the project benefits because a lot of aspects are covered under this audit that are not covered in the standard audits, like a business logic, which actually is very important. So I believe you have some questions at the end about that. Feel free to ask. As I mentioned, on top of uh, standard audit, we are also doing extended version from ourselves, and in order to support this audit. So we are doing something what is called a KYC badge on the Certic. And actually, you feel free to read about this, but actually the whole team that we handle the most viable points, like the private keys, and is responsible for the growth of the project, is doing the KYC. So this is the founder, Tom, CEO, Łukasz, CTO Przemysław, and myself. This will be 4 people that undergoing due diligence and KYC by the third party, just to reveal the team. And the project is not anonymous. If something happens, you know who to blame or who to ask questions. And we are not afraid about that. That's why we agreed to do that. And this is another badge actually, but this is something what you should always check. If the project is anonymous, you never know who to blame, who could even steal your funds. In our case, we decided to go with the full transparency, and this is not a standard audit. Doesn't cover KYC. This is an additional feature that we ask for, and just to prove trustness in our project. And this is for your convenience, for convenience of our partners, with for marketing, for all the purposes that I can name. Is basically we are doing that. So another topic that I want to mention is negotiations with the Launchpad, decentralized exchanges, and centralized exchanges. As you might know, some time ago we have signed the official partnership with Gravity Team. This is a company responsible for around 1% of the crypto trade in the world. And we are official partners with them. They are supporting us in a field of cooperations with the DEXs, CEXs, and the Launchpads. They will be responsible with our listening. They are really professional guys, and so if you follow our media, you know about that. And uh, partly thanks to them, we managed to get contacts to 3 of CEXs. I don't want to name them yet, but there are like a middle or upper middle level of DEXs. We are undergoing the negotiations about our listing, because we believe that apart from being on the DEXs, having liquidity there, we also need a DEXs. So DEXs, we are talking with 3 of them. Is undergoing quite all right. Let's see what it will be, how it will end up, but let's be on the bright side. Uh, when it comes to DEXs, it's a little bit simpler, because to add liquidity, you don't need any partnership, you just do it. But when it comes to the launch pads, and partnerships, especially on Arbitrum, we are negotiating with couple of decentralized exchanges that are already existing there, have a solid user base, and we want to get a partnership with them as well. We talk with couple of them in order to just build up our project as well, have a wider access to user base, and some of them have launchpad as well, and this is our aim, to do ID on the launchpads, just to provide project with the income for further development, for marketing actions, for adding new features, adding new corporations. Everything costs money, so this is what we want to do, and we expect IDO to happen somewhere between June and July this year. So depending on the negotiations, but for sure it has to happen before the launch of the project. So this is 3 key partners that I would say, areas that we are negotiating right now on the Arbitrum, and uh, in with the platforms that are general blockchain specified, so not on the Arbitrum. So this is what is ongoing from the technical and business perspective, because it includes a little bit of technical, like logic, to work with them. All right, so another thing that we have to cover is CertiK and KYC that I've mentioned are not only audits that we are undergoing. Our official partner, the ISEC company, the security company, will be doing audit for us as well. This will focus on other fields, not only the smart contracts, but the architecture, the code, backend, whatever it is. I'm not an expert, so Przemysław will have to explain. But what is important, as the smart contracts are ready, we are just wait for the, let's say, finalizing the process. We will be ready to start another security audit, and this will be done by ISEC. So right now we are booking the time for that, and yeah, and this is important. So actually, this will be 2 companies that will be covering us. It means we'll be more secure. Maybe in future we'll think about another audit. Who knows? We are not excluding that. But for now, this will be just 2 companies that we cope with. Uh, and this is it. Przemysław, anything to add about the ISEC and the security audit they will be doing?
Yeah, it's important about the audit from the ISEC, because ISEC is security company, how you said, and they want to create software and application and be part of the good DEX, good quality DEX, not standard next DEX on the market. We really believe in our security and our new approach to develop our software. So it's why ISEC, yeah, ISEC, our partner, security company, and we believe in the same tough audit like with Certic now.
Yeah, the tougher it is right now, the safer it is in the future. So this is our perspective. All right, let's move further. Now, Przemysław, a couple of things from the technical perspective. The private sale. We said that after the finalization of the audits, we'll be rolling up the private sale. Then we have decentralized NFT collection. And few words about that, where it will happen. So just you know what I mean. And then the demo of our decks, when we can expect this. So the first topic, the private sale. When we can expect it? Few words or How does
How you,
the CERTIC influence us?
how you said before about the certic and extended audit, it's toughest audit ever, which I and my developers get. It's one of the most important part of that cooperation with the certic. It's not only standard smart contract audit, it's really tough. But in the next few days, we believe it will be end. Its last round of our fixes and explanation, how you said, because we have to explain everything. Everything in our projects now is on the table. Everyone can see how the project is built. And of course, everything will be in the final report from the certic. It is really important. But you're asking me about private sale. So now, of course, we are waiting for the audit from the certic and final graduation. But all test scenario are completed. So we know everything is working correct on three of our chains because we are tested it on the Arbitrum, of course, Binance and Polygon. So we still know how it's work on the every of these chains. We deeply believe it will be available on the beginning of the June. So after audit, we will prepare our deployment and everything will be in the free scenario available on the production. Of course, the first scenario are pre-configured sales based on our early build, and it will be with the deployment available. Of course, traditional sales plans with the prepared for the whitelisted users, and of course, public sales. And last but not least, the DNFT, how the Casper said. A little about our DNFT. This new approach to NFT. All business information you can find on our Medium. Of course, it's better explained than technical guy, how Casper said on me. But about our NFT and private sale. You can buy 5 NFT maximum at the once. Of course, how with the tokens, you have the plan and user, that means wallet limit. You cannot buy more than on once, than everything. It's not available to buy and every NFT by one person. And a little, but really a little about our DNFT. Our NFT has two purposes. One, you can burn them and get chunk of Ethereum, and you you can don't burn them, and in this way you will be part of our Brightpool. So everything is written and described on the Medium. So if you are interested in, let's look at it.
Yeah, Przemysław,
And
I have a couple of questions that might be important for our users. First is, as I understand, yeah, I know it. So actually, what is important? This private sale will be conducted on Arbitrum because we deploy our project. So this will be on Arbitrum. In order to proceed anything on Arbitrum, you need Ethereum as well as a let's say a fuel that you can make transactions. So if you Polygon, you have Matic. On Binance Smart Chain, you have Binance Coin. On Arbitrum, actually there is Arbitrum Coin, but in order to do any transaction, gas fees are being paid in Ethereum from the mainnet. So keep this in mind. Whether payment in our private sale will be conducted in the wrapped Ethereum. So you have to remember to have Ethereum for the gas fees and the wrapped Ethereum to pay for NFTs. So this is two different things. Keep this in mind. This will be conducted on Arbitrum. I explained how do we pay for that. And anything else from the, I think this is pretty it. Just I wanted to clear that so you know how to participate. What all the details are being like the business, how you, what is the function, such thing. Everything is described in the medium. It's much better than we can explain right now.
In a few
Uh,
minutes, of course.
yeah, so there will be a front DAO that will be running this. And I will leave it here. What is important, one more thing, this purchases of these NFTs will be also done by our private sale platform. So the private sale covers also purchases and sales of the BRI tokens that for the people who already took part, for DAO members who could buy it in the past. So this is one, but it will also cover the purchases and partial management of the NFT collection. So keep this in mind. The private sale that we refer actually is a platform, and it covers as well the sale of the NFTs and sale of our tokens. So I think this is the most important out of it. Uh,
And of course, our DNFT will be sold on our private sale, how you said, and it will be minted by you. It's not pre-minted DNFTs. Everything will be minted when you are buying it.
Yeah, so the let's say the process of purchases is truly random. We don't sort any NFTs because if you get how they work, actually,
It will be
there is
important for you.
it's important to get the random token, and so we it's truly random. We don't know. The only difference is the phase where you participate. There will be different purchase prices, but each token will be truly random. So you might get lucky to get, let's say, the first one out of the best one of our collection, which allows you to buy 1 Ethereum for $0.2, or you can get the one for 2,000. You don't know. It's truly random. So everything is in your hands, in your luck. Truly randomity here. All right, few words.
And of
Let's
course,
jump.
yeah,
Anything to add, or we can jump to the decks?
we are going to DEX. And of course, our projects are not only the private sale. Yeah, we are DEX, and we know it. And a little about our DEX. We start our DEX in June, and yes, it will be this year. And of course, we are waiting for the final audit for the Celtic, and it's important because everything together will be working, I hope, fine. Now we are finishing our new engine. Probably you know about the next one of the previous one of the engine. It's quite different because now we are in the different technology, in the different approach, and we made a lot of tests. So we know how it's work, and we believe you will be satisfied with that. Of course, that's about DEX. Will be enabled in the June on everyone, and I hope Casper would like to say a little about access to our demo.
Yeah,
Yeah?
exactly. I mean, as Przemysław said, it will we will deploy it. Still waiting for the audits, but what is important, if you would like to test it before we go live, just as previously, please follow our social media. We will have some competition in there. There will be some different things, maybe some airdrops. So for sure, as our community is growing, not everyone will be able to get the access to that, but I believe this is important for early adopters to have an access, to know how the platform is working. Actually, this will be on the deployed on the testnet, Gorilla testnet on Arbitrum, correct, Przemysław?
Yeah.
So you need to get there will be a process how to use it, because you need to get the test Ethereum, test tokens. But so just follow our social media, and I believe everyone who wants will get an access. It's let's say in our interest to show you our interface, explain everything. So this actually will be also from some perspective an education action that we want you to get the access, explain our mechanics, explain how everything works. Of course, this will be the funny money, so there will be some different principles than on our live project, as you don't have to pay for anything. But the I would say the principles will be the same, just the volumes may be different because you don't pay for anything and you can have a lot as many ethers as you want. So there will be some differences, but principles will be the same. Mechanics is the same, and actually this will be the live project just on the deployed on the testnet. So just follow our social media how to access this, and for sure this will be a big announcement from our side. You won't be able to miss it.
And a little about technical stack, and I would like to say a little, a few things about our technology, about the WebAssembly. And yes, in our front-end application, we will be use the WebAssembly. It's a new approach, and everything will be compiled by Rust. It's near native speed of our application. It's faster than application written in the JavaScript, for example, in the VAGMI, on another ethers, JS, etc., etc. It's new approach to develop a front-end application in the crypto. Why? Because we are using Rust. It's really secure language, and everything is controlled by memory. Safe of memory is really important in that language, and it's harder to introduce bugs because when we are control everything, so this is how we lead to secure our vulnerabilities in our application. And of course, because Rust is secure and really good known in the crypto ecosystem, it's really good to know to have the whole ecosystem written in the secure language, the same tools on the backend, on the front end, with the same language. So you can achieve secure, less vulnerabilities, and of course, stable framework on every side. So this is a little about our our WebAssembly, and I think it's important to know about the WebAssembly because we will talk about it in the next phases of our project because we have planned for it. A little open source will be on this mark, on this question mark.
Yeah, so this is the future. There are some surprises from our IT team. This will be covered later. They are not sleeping in the nights. They don't like to be have any free time besides decoding. So more to come. But this is just for the good of the project. As I understand, Przemysław, the WebAssembly basically for like not technical users. There are just couple of projects like AutoCAD or Photoshop that uses this technology, correct?
Yes, and
And
the few wallets are written the same, the WebAssembly, and it's a little it's something new in the crypto, and it's not popular yet, but it's rising. So we are going with it.
yeah, the biggest benefits, as I understand, everything will be encrypted on the front end. So actually, this is another level of security that we are trying to achieve.
Yeah, everything will be binary. Everything will be not available directly. And yes, it's important because it's faster, secured, and of course, binary communication is better than standard text communication.
Yeah, so not being technical, this will be another level of security that we are trying to achieve, and will be one of let's say of the very first of one, I would say, even the first project in the Web3 with this such sophisticated solution that use the WASM on the front end. So something to cross our fingers. This is quite unique. We also believe this will influence the marketing, and if other partners check how secure we are, what is the quality of the code, this will also make this will be important in the cooperation, and at the end this beneficial it's beneficial for the users, because our platform is more secure than the others out there. So so I would move. Please follow. Anything to add, or I can move forward, Przemek? All right.
Move
So
forward.
as always, please at least follow our Twitter, Telegram. You can find on the news what's happening about the new partnership. And to remind you, we are entering a very busy, let's say, time right now. Our actions and time frame right now is really busy, and there will be a lot of that will be happening from the in June, especially in June and July, as we are preparing for going live. And there will be a lot of marketing actions, a lot of announcements regarding the partnerships, a lot of things about the being quite listed. We will have some promotions, so just follow us. Our community will be growing rapidly, as there will be some marketing actions that are ongoing, but this will be covered by another team. I just know how much is on the roadmap, so it's really good. We need to start growing before we go live, and this will be happening in the coming 2 months. So this is something you should definitely follow. All right, let's move to the questions. Let me see if there are any questions. All right, so the first ones. Aren't you afraid that because of the way Certic is now perceived, you get the bad name too? Let me answer that. Actually, this is what we had internal discussion within the team. After the Merlin, as you say, the perception of Certic is not good, but that's why we're doing another audit from the ISEC, which is totally separated. We are doing the KYC of the team. And what can I say? You have to keep in mind that actually, if you get into details, not everywhere Certic is perceived in the wrong way. For example, in Asia and States, it's quite all right. So it depends on the community area. Uh, and it can influence us, but we also have to keep in mind that what Certic is doing right now is very extensive audits, and they change the methodology of the audits, and this will be beneficial for us because our project has been heavily tested. As Przemysław said, they haven't been so tested before. We are doing another audit with different company, and as I said, maybe in the future after the IDO we might do another security audit by another company. So we are trying to get as much as we can with the cooperation of the Certic. We have some, they also have a big community. You have to keep in mind this is a couple 100,000 people combined on their social media. They did over 4,000 audits. So if you look at the volume, the the each company might do some better and worse job. So we are trying to uh, let's say, for us this is a company, and I don't believe we will get the bad name. This is just one of the audits that we have, and we have to keep that in mind. So this is one we can discuss about the perception. We see how it changes on the market, but hopefully and thankfully we are doing another company security audit, and maybe in the future we even do the third one. So this is it. Anything to add, Przemysław, about the Certic audit? As you said, this is really
The
extensive.
toughest. Yes, nothing to add, but the result of this audit, I think it will be really impressive. So wait for it and check it. If you agree with us, we will be happy with you because
Yeah, this
secure is our on the first place. Yeah, Casper.
Yes, exactly. And so just take a look on the audit, how extensive it is, what did it cover, and what is the quality. Remember that we are also doing the KYC of the team that holds the private keys, that manages everything. So we are not anonymous, and this is also important. So this is how we address this solution. Certic is still a big company, so it's like saying that even the Mercedes has some problem with some engine, that I should not use the Mercedes at all. So it's really more complex to give you a simple answer. We know what are the pros, we know what are the cons, and the auditor actually started before the hack. So we just proceeding. We changed some things. We asked for better quality, and we got it for 100%. So let's see how it goes. Uh, Other questions. Let's see what we have out there. All right, Przemysław, would you like to give the precise date when we go live?
In the few days, we'll be able to give you this date. At this moment, you're waiting on the final audit results, and everything is depends on it, because without the final audit, we cannot say you it will be on the first, second, on third quarter of this year.
No, the first and the second are already gone. So,
No, no, this year. In the next
yeah, I
year, it's
mean,
available still.
yeah, we spoke in the past about going in somewhere in June. It's moved around 1 2 months, so this is what you can expect. Exact date will be known after we finish the security audit, but we aim somewhere in August. I would say we do our best, and let's see how it goes. Right? If this will be possible, we will try to be even faster. If not, it's more or less about this time. So definitely quarter 3 this year, 100%. When exactly, we will let you know in the next technical
Few
update that
days.
we have.
Yeah.
Technical guys never give exact dates, So, all right. Some other questions. All right, this is a good question. As I said, we cooperate and negotiate right now with Texas, Dexis, and the Launchpads. And actually, these are three different kinds of partners. So we will have a few rises. We want to have a rise with the Tex, a rise with the Launchpad. That is just a dedicated platform for the Launchpads, and we want to have a rise via the Dex, that we will have a partnerships, because Dexes also very often have their own launchpads. So we actually aim for three different partners to raise our let's say capital for the Brightpool.Finance, and we believe this is a good solution, because Texas has a different user base than the Dex. There are centralized people, decentralized people, and the launchpad itself is also a different user base. So we want to cover let's say the whole market as much as we can reach, to get to just proceed with the successful IDO. All right, so we are a little bit over our time. Actually, it took longer than I expected. So if there are not any different questions, let's finish for now. Remember that you always can ask questions via our contacts. Um, so this is one. If you have any questions that we didn't cover, right there, and and just expect for the another technical audit that will be done within 2 or 3 weeks, and we will cover more there. So thank you very much, and see you next time, guys.
See you soon.